guys, welcome back to the Live Well Performance channel. I'm Shannon Rollins, your performance coach and sports psychology coach, and every single week I am bringing you tips and tricks to up-level your life in every area. So if you haven't been here before, make sure to like and subscribe, and so you can be the first to know when something is released. So today I really want to talk to you about a topic that I obviously love, and that's improving your performance. So I have basic tips I'm bringing you today just to get started on analyzing your skills and your job performance. Whatever your job is, it doesn't matter. But every single area of your life, this applies to, okay? So your first tip is whether you're an athlete or a business person, building rapport is key. Building relationships is key. Being a likable person is key. You are not going to do well in the workplace, if you're a business owner, if you're an athlete, if you don't get along with people. You have to be able to know how to communicate properly. You have to be able to know how to build rapport. And the idea of rapport is that the more you're like someone, the more they like you. That's essentially what it is. The more you are like each other, the more you get along. People who are like each other gravitate towards each other ideally. But you want to be diverse, you want to be versatile, you want to be flexible, especially in every area, because you're going to be coming in contact with tons of people who aren't like you. And what happens when that happens is you don't want to let it affect your performance just because you're not able to connect with them on a deeper level that you're wanting to connect with them to. And just coming back to the main concept that we're all human beings, right? We all communicate about the same way. We all have the same thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So it's going to make a difference if you know how to get along with people. So if you're interested in building rapport, I'm going to have future videos coming out on rapport building. But that's a tip. That's something that you really need to look into. Is your communication solid? If it's not solid, no matter what you do, you're not going to do as well as if you have great leadership or great communication skills, okay? Tip number 2, you got to ask for feedback. It's okay to understand that bad feedback is still good feedback. Because remember, when you're failing at something, it's just a redirection. It's just a clue. If someone is giving you bad feedback, it's because they want you to improve. If they're not giving you any feedback and you still did a bad job, then they frankly don't really care that much about you. So make sure to understand and ask for the feedback. It's okay if you cringe. I hate feedback sometimes. I know everyone's like, I love feedback, but it's okay to cringe and be like, okay, let's wait and see what they said. That's normal. But as long as you're asking for it, then you know what you need to improve on. Number 3, you need to figure out your strengths. If you don't know what your strengths are, ask your friends, ask your brother, ask your sister, ask your mom, ask your coworkers, ask your boss. If you have that relationship with, or your coach, if you have those types of relationships, say, hey man, I don't really know what my strengths are. I gotta be honest with you. And guess what? That's okay, because the majority of people, they don't really know what their strengths are. And it's because we're afraid to hear, and we feel like we're gloating or we feel like we're bragging if we aren't really just staying away from our strengths and saying, I'm not good at that. Take the compliment, ask what your strengths are, and then there's tons of strengths assessments, Clifton strengths assessments, DISC assessments. I mean, there's tons of personality tests out there, but I always just believe the best way is to ask the people who actually know you. You could take assessments all day long, but ask those people, and then also look in the past and say, man, what have I been complimented on in the past? What have I really done well in the past? And it's gonna make a difference. All right, guys, and this brings me to my very last tip. Take care of your body and your mind. You gotta build your mindset, techniques to lessen your stress, techniques to use stress and leverage it for your performance. Eat healthy foods, get enough sleep, drink enough water, get exercise. All of these things will help you perform better. Okay, so thank you for tuning in today as I shared with you some very basic tips on boosting your performance and your profession. And make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed my tips, and I will see you in our next video. Thanks.